What if your mind secretly depends on sleep for emotional survival? Every night, your brain enters a powerful healing and repair mode. Sleep is not rest alone, but deep mental restoration process. Without enough sleep, emotions become unstable and difficult to control. Many people underestimate how deeply sleep shapes mental health daily. Your brain processes memories during sleep, organizing emotional experiences carefully. This silent process protects you from stress overload and confusion. When sleep is disrupted, emotional reactions become stronger and unpredictable. Small problems start feeling overwhelming and impossible to manage calmly. Lack of sleep directly affects decision-making and emotional balance severely. Scientists discovered sleep is essential for maintaining healthy brain function. Without it, attention, focus, and memory all start to weaken. Emotional resilience drops significantly after even one night of poor sleep. Your brain becomes more sensitive to negative thoughts and stress. This is why tired people often feel emotionally drained easily. Sleep allows the brain to reset chemical balance and stability. Neurotransmitters responsible for happiness depend heavily on proper sleep cycles. When sleep is missing, mood regulation becomes extremely difficult. Small irritations can suddenly feel like major emotional challenges. This shows how sleep directly shapes emotional perception and reactions. Even relationships can suffer when sleep quality is consistently poor. People argue more easily when their brains are sleep-deprived. Emotional patience decreases significantly without proper rest and recovery. Sleep acts like emotional armor, protecting you from daily stress. Without it, mental defenses become weak and easily overwhelmed. During sleep, the brain removes toxic waste affecting mental clarity. This cleaning process supports emotional stability and cognitive performance daily. Researchers found deep sleep improves problem-solving abilities significantly. It strengthens emotional intelligence and self-awareness over time. Poor sleep interrupts this natural brain recovery process completely. Sleep deprivation increases anxiety levels and emotional sensitivity dramatically. Even minor stress feels intense when sleep is insufficient. The brain struggles to regulate fear and emotional responses properly. This creates cycles of stress, worry, and emotional exhaustion. Good sleep restores balance between logic and emotional response systems. It allows the brain to process emotional memories safely. Without it, unresolved emotions accumulate and become mentally overwhelming. Sleep also strengthens focus needed for emotional decision-making. A well-rested mind handles challenges with greater calmness and clarity. Fatigue reduces ability to think clearly under emotional pressure. Sleep is therefore essential for mental resilience and stability. It supports both short-term mood and long-term psychological health. Every sleep cycle rebuilds emotional strength for the next day. Without proper sleep, emotional energy gets drained faster than restored. This imbalance leads to frustration and mental exhaustion quickly. Sleep is often overlooked, but essential for emotional control. Many mental health issues are linked to chronic sleep problems. Restoring sleep quality can significantly improve emotional well-being naturally. Even small improvements in sleep create noticeable mental changes. Consistent sleep patterns strengthen emotional resilience over time. Your brain depends on sleep more than you may realize. Emotional health begins every night when you fall asleep. The quality of sleep determines the quality of your emotions. Without sleep, mental stability becomes fragile and unpredictable quickly. This connection between sleep and emotions is scientifically proven. Understanding sleep importance can transform mental health completely. Every healthy mind begins with consistent, restful sleep habits. Sleep is not optional for emotional balance and well-being. It is a biological necessity for psychological survival and growth. Your emotional world is built during every night of sleep. Protecting sleep means protecting your mental health and stability. Ignoring sleep leads to emotional chaos and mental fatigue. Prioritizing sleep strengthens both mind and emotional resilience daily. Science confirms sleep as foundation of mental wellness and clarity. The journey to emotional health always begins with better sleep. Sleep is essential for emotional balance and well-being. The journey to emotional health always begins with better sleep. Have you ever wondered what your brain does while you sleep? Sleep is actually one of the busiest times for your brain. During sleep, your brain reorganizes thoughts and strengthens important memories. This hidden process shapes your learning and emotional stability every night. Without sleep, your brain loses its ability to process emotions properly. Different sleep stages serve unique roles in mental and emotional healing. Deep sleep helps repair emotional damage caused during stressful waking hours. REM sleep is where emotional memories are processed and understood. This stage helps reduce emotional intensity from difficult daily experiences. Dreams often reflect your brain working through unresolved emotions. Scientists believe dreaming helps balance emotional pressure inside the mind. When sleep is interrupted, this emotional processing becomes incomplete. That leads to increased stress and emotional confusion the next day. Your brain also strengthens neural connections during sleep cycles. These connections improve thinking, learning, and emotional awareness significantly. Sleep acts like a mental organizer, sorting emotional experiences carefully. Without it, emotional memories remain chaotic and overwhelming in mind. This is why sleep deprivation affects emotional control so strongly. Even simple tasks feel harder when brain recovery is incomplete. Sleep also helps regulate hormones that control mood and stress. Cortisol levels decrease during healthy sleep, reducing emotional tension. Poor sleep keeps stress hormones elevated for longer periods. This creates constant feelings of anxiety and emotional discomfort. The brain needs sleep to reset emotional sensitivity levels properly. Without reset, emotional reactions become exaggerated and unpredictable. Sleep also restores energy needed for emotional regulation skills. A tired brain struggles to pause before reacting emotionally. That's why sleep-deprived people often react impulsively. Emotional patience is deeply connected to quality of sleep. Sleep strengthens prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational thinking. This brain region helps control emotional responses effectively. When sleep is lacking, emotional control weakens significantly. The brain becomes more reactive and less thoughtful in decisions. Sleep also clears metabolic waste from brain cells efficiently. This cleaning process improves clarity and emotional stability daily. Without it, mental fog and emotional confusion increase rapidly. Good sleep improves communication between emotional and logical brain regions. This balance helps you respond calmly in stressful situations. Sleep deprivation breaks this balance and increases emotional instability. Even minor stress becomes difficult to manage without rest. Sleep is essential for resetting emotional baseline each night. It prepares the brain for new emotional challenges ahead. Every sleep cycle improves emotional resilience gradually over time. Lack of sleep interrupts this natural emotional strengthening process. The brain depends on sleep for emotional memory regulation. It decides which memories to keep and which to soften. This process prevents emotional overload in daily life experiences. Without sleep, emotional memories become too intense and persistent. This can increase anxiety and negative thinking patterns. Sleep also improves ability to empathize with others emotionally. A rested brain understands emotions of others more clearly. Fatigue reduces emotional understanding and increases misunderstandings easily. Sleep supports healthy emotional connections in relationships and communication. Without it, emotional distance and conflict become more common. Brain recovery during sleep is essential for emotional balance. Every night rebuilds emotional strength at a neurological level. Sleep is the foundation of stable emotional processing systems. It quietly shapes how you feel and react daily. Healthy sleep leads to healthier emotional responses consistently. The brain cannot maintain emotional order without proper rest. Sleep is the brain's natural emotional repair system. Ignoring sleep disrupts this delicate emotional balance completely. Quality sleep ensures emotional clarity and mental strength. Every sleep cycle is a reset for your emotions. Your emotional brain depends entirely on how well you sleep. What happens when your mind never gets enough restorative sleep? Sleep deprivation slowly weakens emotional stability without you noticing initially. Your brain begins reacting faster and thinking less clearly emotionally. Small problems suddenly feel overwhelming and emotionally exhausting quickly. This is one of the first signs of poor sleep health. Emotional control starts breaking down after repeated nights of insufficient sleep. You may feel irritated without any clear or logical reason. The brain loses its ability to filter emotional reactions properly. Stress responses become stronger, even in harmless everyday situations. This creates a cycle of emotional instability and mental fatigue. Lack of sleep reduces patience and increases emotional sensitivity greatly. People often misinterpret situations when they are sleep deprived. This leads to unnecessary conflicts and emotional misunderstandings easily. Sleep loss also reduces ability to think before reacting emotionally. Impulsive emotional responses become more common under sleep deprivation. The brain struggles to balance logic and emotional impulses properly. Emotional regulation systems weaken significantly without adequate rest. Anxiety levels increase when sleep becomes irregular or insufficient. Even minor worries feel larger and more threatening mentally. Sleep deprivation amplifies negative thinking patterns in the mind. Positive thoughts become harder to maintain during emotional stress. The brain becomes stuck in cycles of worry and fear. This emotional imbalance affects daily life and decision-making quality. Relationships suffer when emotional stability is compromised by lack of sleep. Misunderstandings increase because emotional reactions become less controlled. Sleep loss also reduces emotional resilience during challenging situations. You become mentally exhausted much faster than usual under stress. The brain cannot recover from emotional strain without proper sleep. This leads to cumulative emotional burnout over time. Sleep deprivation affects brain regions responsible for emotional judgment. These regions become less active and less effective in control. As a result, emotional reactions become more extreme and unstable. The ability to stay calm under pressure decreases significantly. Sleep also affects how you perceive emotional tone in conversations. Tired brains often misread neutral situations as negative threats. This creates unnecessary emotional reactions and stress responses. Over time, sleep loss can contribute to mental health struggles. Depression and anxiety are often linked with poor sleep habits. Emotional exhaustion builds up silently without proper recovery. Sleep acts as a protective shield against emotional overload. Without it, the mind becomes vulnerable to emotional instability. Even motivation and emotional drive begin to decrease noticeably. Sleep-deprived people often feel emotionally drained throughout the day. Simple emotional tasks feel heavier and harder to manage. The brain needs sleep to reset emotional balance daily. Without this reset, emotional tension accumulates continuously over time. This buildup eventually leads to emotional breakdowns or fatigue. Sleep also helps regulate emotional memory strength and intensity. Without it, negative memories feel stronger and more persistent. This can trap the mind in cycles of negativity. Healthy sleep breaks these emotional cycles naturally and effectively. It restores calmness and emotional clarity after each night. Sleep deprivation disrupts this essential emotional recovery process completely. Over time, emotional stability becomes harder to maintain consistently. The brain loses flexibility in emotional responses and reactions. This rigidity increases stress and emotional discomfort daily. Sleep is essential for maintaining emotional adaptability and balance. Without it, emotional responses become predictable and negative. Restoring sleep improves emotional strength and mental resilience quickly. Even short-term sleep recovery improves emotional control noticeably. Consistent sleep prevents emotional instability from developing further. The brain depends on sleep to regulate emotional health. Ignoring sleep leads directly to emotional imbalance and stress. Every lost hour of sleep weakens emotional stability gradually. Sleep is the foundation that protects emotional health completely. Could sleep actually function like a hidden doctor inside your brain? Every night, your mind begins a powerful emotional healing process naturally. Sleep repairs emotional wounds created by stress, fear, and daily pressure. This healing process is silent but extremely important for mental health. Without sleep, emotional recovery becomes incomplete and ineffective over time. This restoration helps reduce anxiety and emotional tension significantly. Deep sleep is where most emotional healing processes actively occur. During this stage, the brain organizes emotional experiences carefully. It separates important memories from unnecessary emotional noise effectively. This helps prevent emotional overwhelm in future situations. Sleep also helps reduce emotional intensity of painful experiences. Traumatic memories become less intense after proper sleep cycles. This is why sleep is essential after emotionally stressful events. The brain naturally works to stabilize emotional responses overnight. Without sleep, emotional stress remains active and unresolved longer. This leads to increased mental pressure and emotional fatigue. Sleep strengthens emotional resilience by rebuilding internal mental balance. It restores calmness after intense emotional experiences during the day. This process supports long-term emotional stability and mental strength. Sleep also regulates chemicals that influence mood and emotions. Balanced brain chemistry is essential for emotional well-being. Without sleep, these chemicals become unbalanced and unstable quickly. This imbalance increases irritability and emotional sensitivity dramatically. Sleep acts like a reset button for emotional regulation systems. It helps the brain return to a stable emotional baseline. This reset is necessary for handling new emotional challenges daily. The brain becomes more efficient in emotional processing after sleep. It can evaluate situations more calmly and rationally afterward. Sleep also improves emotional learning from past experiences. The brain stores emotional lessons more effectively during rest. This helps improve future emotional responses and decisions. Without sleep, emotional learning becomes incomplete and fragmented. Sleep strengthens the connection between memory and emotional understanding. This connection helps you respond better to similar situations later. Emotional healing during sleep reduces mental stress significantly. It prevents accumulation of unresolved emotional pressure. Over time, this reduces risk of emotional burnout. Sleep supports mental recovery from everyday emotional challenges. Even small emotional stressors are processed and reduced overnight. This prevents them from building into larger mental problems. Sleep also improves emotional clarity and perspective. Problems feel less overwhelming after proper rest. The brain gains new emotional perspective after sleeping. This helps in better emotional decision-making next day. Sleep is essential for maintaining emotional equilibrium consistently. Without it, emotional systems become unstable and reactive. The mind struggles to recover from emotional exhaustion. Sleep ensures emotional wounds heal naturally and effectively. It provides continuous mental repair every single night. This healing system is built into human biology. Ignoring sleep disrupts this natural emotional recovery mechanism. Over time, emotional damage accumulates without proper rest. This leads to chronic stress and mental fatigue. Sleep is the only natural emotional repair system available. It works continuously without conscious effort or awareness. Every sleep cycle strengthens emotional healing further. The brain becomes more stable with consistent sleep. Emotional recovery depends entirely on quality of sleep. Without sleep, mental healing cannot take place effectively. Sleep restores emotional strength and psychological balance completely. It rebuilds the mind after each stressful day. Emotional health is deeply rooted in proper sleep cycles. The brain heals itself best during deep sleep. Sleep is the ultimate natural therapy for emotional recovery. What if your emotional strength depends more on sleep than motivation? Every day, sleep quietly builds your emotional resilience and mental power. Without it, even small challenges feel overwhelming and emotionally exhausting. Sleep restores your ability to stay calm under pressure situations. A well-rested mind responds thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Emotional strength begins with consistent and quality sleep habits daily. Sleep improves your patience when dealing with difficult life situations. It helps your brain regulate emotions more effectively during stress. Without proper sleep, emotional control becomes weaker and less stable. This makes everyday interactions more stressful and emotionally draining. Sleep enhances your ability to understand others' emotions clearly. A tired brain often misinterprets emotional signals and intentions. This leads to misunderstandings and unnecessary emotional conflicts easily. Good sleep improves communication and emotional connection with others. Relationships become healthier when both emotional and mental rest is maintained. Sleep also increases your tolerance toward frustration and disappointment. Without it, frustration builds up quickly and becomes overwhelming. Emotional reactions become sharper and harder to control properly. Sleep gives your mind time to reset emotional sensitivity levels. This reset helps you face new challenges with confidence. Sleep strengthens emotional endurance during long-term stressful situations. It prevents emotional burnout from accumulating over time gradually. Without sleep, emotional fatigue becomes constant and deeply draining. Your ability to stay positive decreases significantly with sleep loss. Negative thoughts become stronger when emotional recovery is missing. Sleep balances emotional reactions between logic and feeling effectively. This balance is essential for stable mental health daily. Sleep-deprived minds struggle to maintain emotional stability consistently. Emotional energy is restored naturally through healthy sleep cycles. This restoration helps you face daily life more peacefully. Sleep improves your confidence in handling emotional challenges effectively. It allows clearer thinking during emotionally difficult decisions. Without sleep, emotional confusion becomes more frequent and intense. Sleep supports emotional patience in stressful environments and situations. It reduces emotional overreactions and impulsive behavior significantly. A rested mind processes emotions more logically and calmly. Sleep strengthens your emotional awareness and self-control skills. This awareness helps you manage relationships more effectively. Lack of sleep reduces emotional intelligence and understanding. Sleep improves your ability to recover from emotional setbacks. It builds mental toughness over time through consistent rest. Emotional resilience grows stronger with regular healthy sleep patterns. Without sleep, emotional stability weakens gradually but consistently. Sleep is essential for maintaining balanced emotional responses daily. It helps your mind avoid emotional overload and stress. Sleep improves clarity in emotionally complex situations significantly. This clarity supports better decisions under emotional pressure. Emotional strength is deeply linked to sleep quality every night. Without proper rest, emotional reactions become unpredictable and unstable. Sleep restores harmony between emotional and rational brain functions. This harmony is essential for long-term mental health stability. Sleep-deprived individuals struggle with emotional regulation more frequently. Proper sleep reduces emotional sensitivity to negative experiences. It strengthens your ability to stay composed under stress. Sleep helps prevent emotional exhaustion from daily life pressures. It rebuilds emotional strength during every sleep cycle naturally. Consistent sleep improves overall emotional well-being significantly over time. Without it, emotional instability becomes more frequent and intense. Sleep is the foundation of strong emotional health daily. It protects your mind from emotional breakdown and fatigue. Emotional strength grows when sleep is prioritized consistently. Sleep enhances mental clarity and emotional balance together. It supports long-term emotional stability and psychological resilience. Healthy sleep leads to stronger emotional responses in life. Your emotional power is built every night through sleep. What if the future of mental health begins every night you sleep? Sleep is becoming recognized as foundation of emotional wellness worldwide today. Scientists now treat sleep as critical pillar of psychological health care. Without quality sleep, mental health treatments often become less effective overall. Sleep is no longer optional in modern emotional health discussions. It is now considered essential for long-term psychological stability. Researchers continue discovering deeper links between sleep and emotional well-being. Every discovery proves sleep's role in brain health is vital. Future therapies may focus heavily on improving sleep quality first. Mental health recovery often begins with restoring healthy sleep cycles. Sleep therapy is becoming popular for treating anxiety and depression. Improving sleep patterns can significantly enhance emotional recovery speed. Doctors increasingly recommend sleep improvement before complex treatments begin. This shows how powerful sleep is for emotional healing. Technology is also helping people track and improve sleep quality. Smart devices now monitor sleep cycles and emotional health patterns. These tools help identify hidden sleep-related emotional problems early. Better sleep data leads to better mental health decisions. The future may include personalized sleep-based emotional therapies. These treatments will target emotional balance through sleep regulation. Sleep optimization could become key part of mental health care. Emotional stability in future may depend on sleep precision. Scientists believe sleep could unlock deeper understanding of human emotions. Every improvement in sleep science improves mental health possibilities. Sleep is becoming bridge between science and emotional healing. It connects biology, psychology, and emotional well-being together. Future generations may prioritize sleep like essential medicine. Sleep education is now spreading across schools and communities. People are learning how sleep shapes emotional intelligence early. This awareness will improve global mental health outcomes significantly. Sleep is being recognized as preventive emotional health care tool. It helps reduce risk of long-term psychological disorders. Proper sleep habits may prevent many emotional health issues. This makes sleep one of most powerful health tools. The future of therapy may start with sleep correction. Emotional recovery programs increasingly include sleep restoration techniques. Sleep is becoming central focus of mental wellness strategies. It supports healing at both emotional and neurological levels. Without sleep focus, mental health care remains incomplete. Sleep ensures emotional systems function at optimal capacity. It strengthens resilience against future emotional challenges. Sleep-based research is transforming understanding of human mind. This research shows how deeply sleep affects emotions. Emotional health cannot exist without proper sleep foundation. Sleep improves long-term psychological stability and life satisfaction. It enhances emotional awareness and mental clarity continuously. Healthy sleep patterns lead to healthier emotional lives. Future societies may prioritize sleep for emotional balance. Sleep could become global focus for mental wellness. Its importance will continue growing in coming years. Emotional health policies may include sleep protection strategies. Workplaces may promote better sleep for productivity and well-being. Sleep will shape future emotional health standards globally. It remains essential for psychological strength and recovery. Every night of sleep builds a healthier emotional future. Sleep continues to protect minds from emotional instability. It remains most natural form of emotional healing. Future mental health begins with understanding sleep deeply. Sleep is ultimate foundation of emotional wellness journey. Without it, mental health cannot reach full potential. Prioritizing sleep ensures stronger emotional future for everyone. Sleep transforms emotional weakness into lasting mental strength. It remains key to unlocking human emotional potential. The future of happiness begins with better sleep. And every healthy mind is built through sleep.